living life is stage. Hey, hey, 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 love yourself first, explicitly. You owe it to yourself to move with that energy. Empower your self-esteem. Self-love is king. That's the only way to win. That's how you empower your dreams. Living life is stage. Hey, hey, living life is stage. Hey, hey, living life is stage. Hey, hey, living life is stage.
Hey Lifer Tribe, welcome to another video, Living Life with Stae. And if you're new to the channel, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. And if you could please consider hitting that subscribe button and becoming a permanent part of this Lifer Tribe. And just in case you didn't know it, I'm Stae. Look y'all, there are two words that I need you all to start saying more of. And those two words are yes and no. Very simple words, and you're probably thinking, well, I use yes or no almost every day. But I want you to start using them more intentionally, with more thought, and with more things. So let's start with yes. I want you to start saying yes more to yourself. Saying yes more to choosing you. Having your self-care time, doing the things that are going to make you happy, doing the things that are going to keep your cup full. I want you to stop putting those things on the back burner. I want you to say yes to those things, even when it may seem like there's more pressing things that you need to take care of. Just say yes, because taking care of you is actually the most important thing that you can do. And you might be thinking, well, Stae, that sounds kind of selfish because I have kids, I have a husband, I have family, I have friends, and I want to take care of them, and I put other people before myself. But think about it this way. How can you really take care of them and give them the best of you if you're not taking care of yourself? And in order to take care of yourself and be the best possible version of yourself, you have to say yes to yourself. You have to say, yes, I'm going to rest today. Yes, I'm going to take that vacation. Yes, I'm going to take the time out to eat healthy, to exercise, so that you can be there for the people that you love so much. I also need you to say yes more to doing the thing that you're afraid to do. I need you to say yes more to thinking outside of the box. I need you to say yes more to adventure. Say yes more to doing something that you've always wanted to do, but for whatever reason you've never been able to do it. I want you to say yes to those things. Say yes to change. Say yes to doing something even though you're afraid. Say yes to trying something even though you really don't know how it's going to work out. When we start saying yes to the challenging things, when we start saying yes more to the adventure, when we start saying yes more to the things that are outside of the box, it broadens our horizons, right? It gives us more experiences. It gives us more exposure, and it actually gives us the opportunity to learn more about ourselves. Sometimes we don't say yes enough to really know what we like to do. I used to tell my kids when they were little and I would want them to try new foods, and it would be something that they've never had before, never had any experience with, but just maybe the look of it or the smell of it would make them not want to try it. And I'm like, no, you have to say yes and you have to try it, because what if what I have on this plate for you could actually be your new favorite thing, but you're not going to know because you didn't say yes. And that's how I want you all to think. No matter how scary it might seem or impossible it might seem, just say yes, because that yes may lead you to that very thing that's going to bring you so much joy and so much fulfillment. Say yes to doing it afraid. Say yes to doing it unsure. Because when you say yes to that, what you're saying yes to is growth. You're saying yes to change. You're saying yes to exposure. You're saying yes to experience. So I want you to start saying yes more to those things. I want you to start saying yes more to relationships. I want you to say yes to going out on that blind date. I want you to say yes to having that impromptu girls' night. I want you to say yes to spending more time with your kids, going out and just having ice cream or going to the park. I want you to say yes to calling up your oldest daughter and sharing with her your Thanksgiving dressing recipe that nobody else knows. I want you to say yes to investing time in your friendships. Picking up that phone just to say, I didn't want anything at all, just wanted to check on you. You were on my mind. I want you to take the time to say yes more to your thoughts. If something or someone crosses your mind, don't put it off. Say yes. Make that contact today. Do that thing today. Because time is not promised to any of us. And so if we're not saying yes and doing the things and investing the time now, not to be morbid or dreadful, but we don't know if we'll have that time tomorrow. So say yes and investing your time in the things that really matter. Say yes to spending those moments creating memories. Say yes to not using every single moment of your day for work and problems. Say yes to just embracing and enjoying every single moment of every day. So now let's switch over to saying no. So even though I want you to say yes to a whole lot of things, there are also a lot of things that I want you to say no to. I want you to say no to entertaining toxic relationships that no longer serve you. I want you to say no to continuing to entertain negative conversations and negative thoughts. I want you to say no to scrolling on social media and spending endless, pointless amounts of time reading things and consuming information that is of no value to you. I want you to say no to accepting mistreatment or unappreciation from anyone. I want you to say no to all negative self-talk. I want you to say no to any doubts you may have about yourself. I want you to say no to thinking that you're too old, not educated enough, that you don't look good enough, that you don't fit in, that you're not worthy. I want you to say no to all of those things. I also want you to say no to anything that you want to say no to. If you don't want to go, say no. If you don't want to help, say no. If you don't want to spend the money, say no. If you don't want to cook the Thanksgiving meal, say no. If you don't want to have the conversation, say no. And while you're practicing saying no, I also want you to practice saying no without explanation. I'm sure you have all heard this a million times before. No is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain to anyone while you're saying no. If you're invited to an engagement, if you're invited to an event, if you're invited to a party and you don't want to go, just say no. If that person says, why? Just no. You don't owe an explanation. Don't let anybody make you feel awkward or make you feel obligated to explain why you aren't or are doing and saying whatever it is that you want to do or say. No is a complete sentence. I want you to say no to putting yourself on the back burner. I want you to say no to not appreciating yourself and not living your life, LYFE, love yourself first explicitly. I want you to say no to wasting time. I want you to say no to not feeling as though you have what it takes to do whatever it is that you want to do. Because when you say no to those things, when you reject that negativity, when you don't allow those sorts of thoughts to penetrate your mind, you are going to have so much more energy. You're going to have much better thoughts. You're going to have much better sleep. You're going to have much more success because you're saying no to the things that don't serve you. You're saying no to the things that don't bring you value. And you're saying yes to the things that fill you up. You're saying yes to the things that give you energy. And so even though both of those words are very short words, both of those words are words with only one meaning or the other, meaning that yes means yes and no means no, and there's not really much more to that. It just is what it is. They are two of the most powerful words in our language, because those words can either close us off or open us up to so much. The words yes and no, simply put, are saying what we will accept and allow and what we won't. The words yes or no are saying what it is that we invite in our lives and what it is that we no longer want in our lives. And so I want you to be more intentional when you use the words yes or no. I want you to think about your yeses when you say them. I want you to think about your no's when you say them. When you're saying yes to something, I want you to think about, do I really want this, or am I just saying yes because this is what's expected of me? When I'm saying no to something, I want you to think about, am I saying no because I really mean no? Am I comfortable with this no? Am I saying this no and being confident in what I'm saying? Am I saying this no and not feeling like you have to explain? When you start thinking about those words, you're going to use them a lot more carefully. You're going to use them a lot more wisely, and you're going to notice a shift in your life. You're going to notice a difference in how people communicate with you, how people receive you. You're going to feel burdens lifted off of you because you are filling your life intentionally with only the things that you want in your life, only the things that serve you, only the things that bring you joy, only the things that are helping you reach the level of success that you want in your life, whether that's spiritually, financially, business-wise, relationship-wise, whatever it is. You're going to notice the shift, and you're going to think a lot more intently before you give an answer, whether it's to someone else or to yourself. And your yeses are going to be a lot more powerful, and your no's are going to hold a much bigger impact. So hopefully this video has given you some insight and just to make you think a little bit more about yes and no, and realizing too that when you say yes or no, neither one of those responses need to happen automatically. You can think about what you want to answer. Don't just answer impulsively based on what you've always done. Think about it. But when you think about it and you make your decision, make sure that your yeses mean yes and your no's mean no. So as always, I love and appreciate each and every one of you to bits and pieces. I thank you so much for tuning in, and y'all know the drill. Always be kind and love one another. But don't forget to live your life. LYFE. Love yourself first explicitly. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Living like a stage. Hey, hey. 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 Love yourself first, explicitly. You owe it to yourself to move with that energy. Empower your self-esteem. Self-love is king. That's the only way to win. That's how you empower your dream. Living life is stay. Hey, hey.